What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. It has been a minute. I can't lie. It's been a minute since I've been live. Been traveling too much, drinking too much damn good whiskey. But speaking of traveling, so one of my patrons and a fellow just whiskey community, just cool guy, invited me to this like this. I guess it's almost like a quarterly whiskey session where like just people from all over the East Coast come up and down the East Coast, come and hang out in Virginia at my buddy Dennis's house. And I met two really cool whiskey tubers who are just kind of changing the game. So I love collaboration and collaborating and having people on. So we're going to bring them on one at a time. We're going to sit back today and just drink some great whiskey. We're going to dive into, for the most part, just great whiskey that we got from different friends, subscribers, patrons, friends, neighbors, cousins, mothers, sisters, whomever. So we're going to dive into that and also check out who's in the comments, what you guys are drinking as well. I do see some good people in the comments right now. I see my good friend Esther. What's going on, Esther? Representing Virginia Beach. However, you guys are always on the road, so who knows where you guys are at. My buddy John Huntley, representing South Delaware in the house. What's going on? Good to see you, John. Cam, how are you? B. Og, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oscar, cheers, my friend. Cheers. Always good to see you, Oscar. Texas finest in the house. All right. So we have I'm gonna bring on, I'm gonna call him the king of the Maryland, DC, Virginia area. Always dropping great content. Has some super cool new gear that he's repping. I saw his hat, his sweatshirts, his t-shirts. Super, super cool. None other than Bourbon Drop, my good friend Myron.
What up, Judge? Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate you.
You too, man. You too, brother. I appreciate you coming on, man. This is good stuff, man. We're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. I really can't, man. It was great meeting you at Dennis's meetup. He, like you said, he had a lot of great guys there, great YouTube whiskey tubers there, man. We had a great time.
Indeed. Absolutely. All right. We're going to bring on I'm going to call this guy the king of bourbon hunting. Literally, his name is Bourbon Hunter, which is even funnier. But he is truly the king of bourbon hunting. This guy goes all around the country. I mean, I almost kind of picture like he has like one of those, like a trailer where he has like this big RV and he's just driving around the entire country. He's hunting. He's finding whiskey. He's keeping everyone up to date on prices, what's available, what's marked up, what's secondary prices, and most important, he's always keeping it real. South Carolina's coolest guy, in particular, my good friend from Charleston, South Carolina. Let's go ahead and welcome Bourbon Hunter. What's up, Bourbon Hunter?
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you, man. Good times. What's going on, Winslow? Delaware in the house. Another Delawarean. All right, so Hunter, Myron, so we all met obviously at Dennis's, and man, it was a blast. I told you guys when we met, I was like, dude, I said, we are going to get together and have a live stream. I was like, I don't know when, but we're going to get together and do a live stream. We're going to do it right. So we got to start off before we even dive into all this crap. Let's just go ahead and say cheers to each and every one of you guys, to the two of you guys.
Cheers, everybody. This is going to be a good one. We got a plethora of barrel proof stuff to go through tonight, so it's going to be interesting.
Yes, we do. So we're doing a little theme tonight. As I said earlier, everyone, we're going to go through, you get samples a lot from like friends, neighbors, fellow whiskey tubers. I have some here from like for Hunter, for example. And but a lot of times like samples, sometimes they can sit on your shelf and you never have a chance to open them. So I'm like, you know what? Reach out to Myron and Hunter. I was like, hey, why don't we just go ahead and do a live stream where we just taste, honestly, random stuff that you've always wanted to try, but you never had a chance to try. So that's what we're going to dive into today. We got a lot of bottles here. I see you got some behind you there too, Myron.
Oh yeah.
See you're all ready. I see Hunter has a whole plethora of bottles ready as well. It's good stuff.
Tons of them, man. Got loads of them.
Absolutely. Clayton, I feel just like you, Clayton. First sip of the night is hazmat. I'm not too far from you, but I hear you on that one, Clayton. I do. All right. I want you guys to kind of real quick go ahead and just tell everyone a little bit about your channel. So maybe we'll start with you, Myron. Tell everyone about your channel, Myron. Like, when did you get started? Like, why'd you get started? What's like your whole theme of the channel as a whole? Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I got started because I watched guys like you, Jason C, the Bourbon Junkies, and you guys kind of inspired me to do it because I tell this story a lot on my channel, and some of your viewers may not have heard this, but when I first got into sipping bourbon, I started out with Booker's because a guy recommended it, and it was hot, but it was flavorful, but it was expensive. So I said, well, I'm gonna back it down a little bit. So I went to the Knob Creek, and I started picking up these different notes in Knob Creek. So it was like butterscotch this and just all types of vanilla this. And I was telling my friends what I was tasting, and they were like, there's no way you're tasting that stuff. Like, they didn't believe me. So I was like, you know what? I said, I think I might have a little bit of a natural knack for this. So I started getting more into bourbon. Yeah, I started getting more into bourbon. And then I kind of kept it, but I kept it the same. Like, I didn't really start collecting at that point. It was mainly Knob Creek and then Henry McKenna 10, which is Mac 10, one of my favorites, but it is kind of iffy. Some people will say that.
That's right.
And the John J. Bowman single barrel. And, I just kind of rotated between those. And then I started kind of getting more and more into it. I started watching you guys, especially COVID. Everybody pretty much started during COVID. I started watching you guys during COVID. And I was like, you know what, man? I said, I'm gonna give myself a couple of years. I said, I think I'm gonna dip my toe in the game, and that's how I got started. But I like to have fun on camera. I like to bring guys together. I like to just be real, show my personality, give my honest opinion on what I think is good, and maybe help some guys out.
Absolutely, and I love that, man. I love the whole story. You're right, like the COVID, watching other people. That's how I got my start. Also, I mean, same thing. I mean, honestly, I think I always call Jason's JC the from Master Journey. I always call him like the OG, right? He was like one of the original ones. So that's how I got my start. Also, I was watching Jason, and I was like, oh, this guy's doing a great job. And I was like, yeah, maybe I can put my own spin on it as well. Kind of change up a little bit from my, as it relates like to me, if you will. So. That's awesome, man. I think that's a really cool kind of story and so forth. That's a good thing, man, for sure. And Hunter, what about you, man? So I know you got your start. I know you're, like I said, you were the king of hunting and bourbon hunting and going all across the world. But how'd you kind of get your start in the whole whiskey tube world, or just whiskey in general?
Man, I'll tell you what, it's completely your fault. I'm just gonna blame you. Barrel Vantage. You did a video on Barrel Vantage, and I was like, this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. So I decided to go buy one. And then when I was in college, that's an expensive bottle when you're in college. I went and bought it, and thankfully nobody else touched it because it's 114 proof, and nobody in college wants to touch that nonsense. So I got to enjoy that bottle for a whole year. Just every now and then I'd find my way back to it. I would go and drink Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, Crown Royal, all the college drinks. And then some Sundays or Saturdays, I'd find myself drinking just good Barrel Vantage. And I was like, man, that Judge guy, he knows what he's talking about. I'm going to listen to him a little bit more. I'm going to listen to him. So I started tuning in and really checking out what you had to say. And at the end of the day, I was like, that seems like something I would want to do. And I just followed the path. I eventually, to anybody out there that's thinking that, oh, I can't do that on camera, I can't do this, just press record and just send it. If you never start somewhere, then how are you going to start, right? So that's what happened. I walked into a store one day and I said, hey, my name's Bourbon Hunter, and I'm here with this YouTube channel. Never made the channel, never had a logo, nothing. Just went in there and lied to the dude and said, hey, can I just film in your store? He's like, yeah, of course, yeah, please. He's like, what's your channel? I was like, Bourbon Hunter. And just literally forced myself to do it. And then it obviously matured into something great, and I'm really thankful to be here. But man,
absolutely,
it's mainly because of you.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Oh, you guys are too kind, man. I appreciate that. No, man, I mean, honestly, and thank you for the kind words. But no, you guys are both, I mean, honestly killing it. I love watching, especially like when you watch like Whiskey Tube or just YouTube in general, like different creators. What I love about the two of you guys are both very authentic, right? You always keep it real, whether or not if you think like the prices are too high or if it's like a whiskey that may or may not be like someone's liking, you guys are always very straightforward. So no, shout out to you guys. Honestly, you guys are crushing it. So you guys are on the come up, and I'm extremely happy for you guys doing some great stuff. Great stuff for sure. Yeah, indeed. What's going on, Whiskey Wisdom? Absolutely. Cheers, man. Cheers to you too, my friend. All right, gentlemen. So we started out. We said we wanted to go through some samples tonight. We wanted to dive into some whiskey. So I started with I poured a little bit of Kentucky Spirit just to kind of take the edge off a little bit, if you will. But the lowest proof, and this was not by design, that I have in front of me. And this is not a bottle. I think I've had this once, but not this particular single barrel. I'm going to start with New England Barrel Company. This comes from I think. Oh, this is from. Hold on, I know this is from my buddy Brandon, one of my patrons. I'm gonna dive into this one. New England Barrel Company. How about you guys? What are you guys pouring?
I'm actually going with a JD. This is a JD High Toast Maple Barrel Rye from Brad, one of my buddies, man, one of my bourbon buddies. He's a JD fan, so he hooked me up with a ton of samples.
Oh, that's nice. That's good stuff. Gotta love that, man. Don't you love when people? I mean, that's probably, in my opinion, the coolest thing about the whiskey world, right? When people share samples, like I love shipping them out. I've shipped out so many of those little 5x5x5 boxes.
Oh yeah,
I love that, man. Hunter, what are you pouring? What's your so Byron has some JD love going on there. What do you got in that glass?
Since he's got some Jack Daniels, and I did my little warm up pour with this pink dipped Buffalo Trace Barbie themed that everybody thought was ridiculous. It's actually pretty good. I'm going to swing for the fences here, and I'm going to go with a Four Roses single barrel private select, and this is 10-year, 1 month, and the recipe is OESV with a 20% rye mash bill sitting at 59%.
Wow. You just dropping the mic like that in the beginning of the stream.
No. Straight in.
Wow. He's like, take that. I love it. That's good stuff. What's going on, Chip? Yes, definitely a good trio here, man. One we just started for the first time, but we're going to do more of these, man. These guys are good people for sure. All right.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into these pours, gentlemen. So New England Barrel Company. Have you guys ever had New England before?
No.
New England Barrel Company? So it looks like this is a single barrel. So it's MGP. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so they're MGP source, 6.5 years old. All right, let me get into this one real quick. Oh, that's a lot of whiskey. I poured too much for the first pour. Goodness gracious.
The same here.
I'm about to dump this out a little bit. Not because it's bad, but just I pour away. I'm thinking like, oh, this is like my first pour of the night of like 3 or 4, not of like 10. So, I am.
Don't pour out any good juice, Judge, please.
I'm adjusting. See that? I'm adjusting.
There's thirsty people around here.
Not
Four
bad.
Roses, man, they don't miss.
Four Roses? Oh no, Four Roses is like, I mean, it's like pretty much guaranteed, right? Are there any? I want to know in chat as well. Are there any people out there that are just not big Four Roses fans? And there's nothing wrong if you're not. Nothing wrong if you're not. I personally, I'm with you, Hunter. I feel like Four Roses, they always hit the mark, always.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently had their tan label here the other day for the first time in my life because I was always a small batch select guy. And I was in Kevin's store and I bought one of the small miniatures and I was surprised at how good it was to be so low of a proof.
Yeah. They have some good stuff. They sure do. They
don't, to me, they don't miss.
They don't miss. I agree with you. What's going on, Stan? Another Virginia guy in the house. Good to see you. Got the East Coast representing tonight. Good to see you, Stan.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Bryce, what do you say? You're going to pour a special bottle.
No, I was saying this JD actually isn't bad. I never used to be a JD fan until Jason C started talking about like the barrel proof.
Oh yeah.
And then I started sampling different stuff, and the stuff they've been putting out lately has not been bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, they're doing some good stuff. You want to talk about a brand that really decided to revise like everything what people think about them. I mean, they put some money in, some time and effort, but they needed to also, right, to stay relevant, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Baker's Drinks was talking about that not too long ago. They were talking about how Jack Daniels just completely did a 180 from producing whiskey to actually trying to produce something that people were excited to buy.
Yeah.
And it's exceptional what they've been able to accomplish just by doing that, changing one or two things, right? From going to maybe a small batch to a single barrel just with that regular black label that they have. Just those small adjustments that they did changed everybody's opinion of them.
Totally agree with
I'll
you.
tell you one that they
Totally
can
agree.
keep though. That Anejo finish, JD.
Oh yes.
Brad gave me a sample of that thing, man. I almost spit it out.
That's a good point. Not everything they put out is great. That is a good point.
But for the most part, I do love most of their stuff. Like this maple toasted rye is really good, man.
Pretty good. I've never had that one before. I heard about it, but I haven't had it yet.
Judge, what's your opinion on Sinatra Select?
Honestly, I think it's just okay. That is not one I would put up there as like where they've done a really good job. I mean, the ryes, the barrel proof ryes, the 10, the 12, sure. But that. Oh well, yeah. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, Coy Hill killed me. First time I had Coy Hill, I swear to goodness, first time I had Coy Hill, I had a sip of it, and I was like, oh, this is going down not bad at all. Then I had another sip. I recorded the episode. I went upstairs. I was talking to my wife, Mrs. Judge, and my head just started spinning. And I was like, wow. I was like, I got to go to sleep, honey. And I literally fell out. That was way too much Coy Hill. I haven't tapped that bottle since. I'm scared of it.
My first experience with Coy Hill was actually at a blind. It was sent to me by a viewer. I call him my bourbon twin Brian, because like he'll be in my comments and we'll get like the same notes. But he sent me a hazmat blind, and I never had Coy Hill before, and it was good. It was really good.
Really?
I can't remember where it came in.
Blind?
He sent me a hazmat blind, and he sent me, I think it was an Amberana finished blind. And I was pissed because I didn't realize that my camera's the memory was low. So I recorded the entire hazmat blind, and it just dropped out. And like I was like, oh my God. Like I can't believe that shit just happened. Like,
oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
I would have loved to see the ending of that.
Me too. You gotta give somebody a heads up though. If you send them a hazmat blind, man. I mean, you don't know what you're walking into. Seriously.
But I've learned since the early days that you just sip a little out of each glass and then you put them to the side.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Burke. We appreciate you, man. Thanks for that, man. Honestly, yeah, it is so cool to get everyone together. All right, Hunter, what the sip that you have right there? That Four Roses. How is it?
Yeah, so the OESQ, I think it's OESV actually. Sorry, it says this: delicate, fruity, fresh, creamy.
Delicate, fruity,
fresh and creamy. It literally says that right here. Now, I will say it is creamy. Now,
it is creamy.
When you get something on a finish that really just rolls right off the back of your tongue, that is what this does. Now, fruit, I'm not sure if I'm getting that or not. I haven't gotten to the judge level of palate quite yet, but I am thoroughly enjoying this. And this South Carolina Select was lights out. And I got this for $45. So
how much?
45. Yeah, I got two of them.
That's a steal.
That is a steal. How do you get that for $45?
I was in a small town called Saluda, South Carolina. It's got just one river running through it and maybe a few stoplights, and that's about it. And I was doing this off the beaten path bourbon hunting video that I never posted, or maybe I did. I don't know. But I walk into a store and he has these sitting next to the regular $45 single barrels, and I felt bad, right? So I said, man, let me go tell this guy that, he's got these on the shelf for the wrong price. And, let's see if we can't work something out. But then as I'm walking to the cash register, I see like a Pappy for $2,000. I see Peerless Double Oak for like $300. I see all of the tater bottles marked to the sky. And I said, there's no way I'm telling this guy anything.
Yeah, so, you're like, you're gonna pay for this.
so he scanned it with his little scanner, and it pulls up in his computer for $45. And I said, "All right,
that's on him.
You have
that's
any
on you.
more? Yeah. Do you have any more?" And he's like, "I got one more." And I said, "I'll take it." I ended up giving it away.
Now that you say that story, it jogs my memory. I think you did release that video because I think I remember you talking about it.
It was a long time ago, but yeah. That was a cool experience. And now, whenever I drink it, I'm like, dude, this is a great $45 bottle.
That is too funny. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Oh man, yeah. I don't know, man. Coy Hill and Fresh Crack. Whew, you're right. That is unlike no other. Coy Hill is just crazy. crazy. Sometimes it can be crazy hot. I don't know. I did go back. That's a lot. I did go back to it one time, and I shared it with some of my buddies at a whiskey event. That's when I had it the other time, and I do enjoy it. But it's like, I mean, I love barrel proof like no other. But that's some fire. That's some fire. Hey, I don't blame you. I mean, going back to you, Hunter, the guy, he had everything else kind of marked up like super high.
Yeah.
He was obviously going to make his money. I don't think he was going to lose out on the what, $30-$40 that he may have lost per bottle on your 2 Four Roses. So that's all right.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
right.
That was about the only time I felt bad about buying something from the store. But
Yeah.
you know, you win some,
right.
you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. All right. So we're gonna vote on our bottles. Let's do. I'm just making a random shit, but we're gonna vote. So my New England Barrel Company MGP, it was good, but I don't know if I would run right back and buy a bottle of it. Not the New England. For me personally. How about you guys? Your bottles. It sounds like obviously that Four Roses is a home run. Myron, how about that JD?
I'd actually pick up another one of these. I like it enough because you know what sells me on JD, that damn banana note, man. I love that.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Me too. I'm with you.
It depends on the price, though.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what are you guys going to next? What's next in the lineup?
Okay, so I grabbed 2 bottles, and one of them you have Judge, and one of them you have Myron, and they're both 120-ish proof. So if you're ready to jump. Let's jump. If you're not, then let me know.
I'm ready to jump. Myron, you ready to jump?
Okay. Who wants to go first? Myron or the Judge?
I'm gonna let Myron. Let's let Myron go first.
All right, Myron.
All right. I was about to say,
you know what I'm looking for.
I'll go. You ain't got to twist my arm for me to drink whiskey.
Myron, this is the 11-year-old-ish. This is a 10-year, 11-month, and 20-day Elijah Craig barrel proof pick from S&W Liquors up there in Maryland. Ooh. I know, Myron, I asked you if you had this, and you said you did. So,
wow.
You see, I've been doing a little bit of damage to it.
Goodness gracious,
dude! You already opened yours?
Oh yeah, I opened mine that day. I had to see what it was like.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on.
He's diving into it. You know, that's like a classic store that everyone talks about, and I've never been. I need to go there badly.
Yeah, when you come down to Maryland, man, you got to visit Kevin, man. Extremely good dude. While Hunter's opening his up, I'll tell you, he actually, my first time in his store, the dude didn't know me from anybody. We started talking whiskey. His buddies there with some old Dusties that he gets at an estate sale. Yeah, he was like, "Do you want some?" I was like, "Yeah." We started drinking the Dusties. Kevin goes in the back, pulls out a 2005 George C. Stagg, and just offers like, "Do you want some?" I was like, "What? Are you really asking me that?"
A 2005 George C. Stagg. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And he just gave me a 2-ounce sample, and I just put it up against my Rod 3, the 16-year-old light whiskey the other day, man. I'm telling you, he's a generous guy. He's actually right down in Kentucky right now. They're doing a barrel sample, him and Brad and some other guys.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, Scott. It sounds like S&W is a great store. So obviously I'm missing out. I need to make a little road trip. So Myron, I'll have to make a road trip. We're going to have to catch up. Go to S&W, do a little hunting ourselves as well. So we're going to have to do that. I like that.
That's where I got Discovery 11 for $109.
Oh, you got it from there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yep. See, Hunter, up and down the East Coast. I'm telling you, folks, check that guy out, boy. Up and down the East Coast. All right, so I am sipping something. I know you guys are both just poured yours. I've never heard of this before. So hopefully someone in the comments have, or maybe the two of you have. Firefly National Bourbon Day 2023, 121 proof, 5.5 years old.
Yeah, I gave you
no
that.
clue what the hell this is.
You
gave me this one?
Yeah,
you did. Oh.
Was that the one at the meetup?
Yeah. Let me go get the bottle.
Please do. Tell me what it's all about.
I started reading it off, and I was like, I know that.
Oh, man.
All right. So this is their first barrel proof release that they did.
Hey, Hunter, while you're grabbing that bottle, Hunter, Baxter wants to know, I think, is when are you going to bourbon hunt on the West Coast? That's a good question. When are you going to make it out to the West Coast and do a little hunting?
When is my redneck blood going to cool off enough to be able to go out there? That's the question. Because anyway, I don't know. I plan to go to Texas this year. I plan to go to Colorado, and then I plan to go to Tennessee, and I
Okay.
plan to maybe go to an additional state and do some videos. But at the moment, I don't have any plans. I don't know exactly what like West Coast he's talking about. Like
Yeah.
maybe if Baker Drinks wants to, offer me up a spot so I don't have to buy a hotel room, I may go out there because I've never even been to Washington, but
There you go.
I've never even been to California, but I don't know. But that would be
So
cool.
you got some places to visit. So you got a little list that you can make. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Let's get back to this Firefly. So you gotta tell me, man, because I've never heard of Firefly National Bourbon Day. What is this?
Okay, so this is their National Bourbon Day from 2023. It was barreled in January 26th of 2017, and then bottled in what is that? June 1st of 2023, and then hand signed by the owners of Firefly right here on the label. They only made 80 bottles, and they dropped it. Yep, that's it, because it's 121 proof, and down here in South Carolina, it gets so darn hot that you age anything longer than 5 or 6 years, and you are losing two-thirds of your barrel.
You are. So it's like the whole. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. The whole kind of like the 13th colony ASW kind of stuff. Like it's just that super heat. Okay.
Yep. So
man, this is good.
This is cool. So Firefly actually is I don't know if they've been bought by Sazerac, but they are closely acquainted. And I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments, but they use Buffalo Trace mash. They get it sent there, and then they redistill it one more time, and then barrel it and age it in the South Carolina heat. It is a Buffalo Trace mash. So
it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is delicious.
That reminds me of the Bowman story.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I was thinking too, right, Myron? I was thinking that also, with the little South Carolina little twist to it from that heat standpoint, because that heat does change whiskey, man. South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, that's no joke, man. This is like this is really good. This has like a note of like almost like a caramel strawberry. Like take like a strawberry and like just dip it in like caramel with a little bit of oak. This is damn near delicious. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
That's good.
I like that. All right. How about you guys? Tell me about the bottles you guys got. The store pick. How's that one?
I don't think Kevin does bad store picks at all. Honestly, I haven't had a bad one from his store yet. To me, this thing it's pretty much caramel heavy. It's got a little bit of mint in it. It's got a little bit of fruit on the front. But my one knock is that it doesn't have a very long finish. It's not thin in the mouth, but it doesn't have a long finish. But you do get a lot of that caramel, that mint, and that like almost like some type of red fruit.
Okay,
dude. Okay, you were spot on, man. You're good at this.
I might do it as a hobby. I don't know.
So everything Myron said transfers to the palate, and that's completely correct, as the judge would say.
So you're like ditto. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. Good stuff. Good stuff.
The finish is a little short.
So it sounds like so number one. So the finish is a little short, but the overall mouth itself is pretty good. But the finish is just not what you would expect from a traditional pick from Kevin.
Yep. Yeah. Well, from Elijah Craig.
From Elijah Craig. Yeah, from Elijah Craig. But yeah, the pick from Kevin, but from Elijah Craig. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So it looks like Carl says, "Hey man, California is not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, Hunter." So I think that's a nice little plug for you to get out to Cali. Great place to visit.
They got cheap bourbon. I know that.
I'm sure they do. So not bad at all. All right, that was good. I want to, the only tough thing about moving around with samples is like this Firefly is really, really good. I want to stick with it, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to come back to Firefly another night. That's going to be another night. All right. So I want to talk about Myron, your new gear, man. You got some new gear I saw a couple weeks ago. Got everything you got hooked up with sweatshirts, t-shirts, logo all big. Makes my small little logo look like nothing. I love that, man. So how did all that come about, man?
You know what? I just watching like stuff in whiskey. Like I can't remember his name, but the Meleck,
Josh. Josh.
Yeah, so Josh is stuff for
Yeah.
whiskey. He always had like a little small logo, and
Yeah.
you know, I saw other channels around there with logos, and I wanted a small logo. So I do have a shirt with a smaller logo on the chest. But then I was like, you know what? When I look through, when I'm watching my phone on YouTube, it's hard to see the people's logos on their shirt. So I was like, why not get a big one with the Superman logo? You know, like the Superman logo.
Just
but
coming
no,
through.
yeah, you know, so you can always see it. And you know, just doing my research on trying to put logos together, people said the simpler the better. You don't want something too complicated, you know, something nice to remember. So I figured a B inverse D type, you know, just kind of, you know, and then put it together and see how it comes out. And I liked it, how it came out.
I like that. That's cool. You're channeling your what's that tennis player who I think he was the first one that started the whole Roger Federer with the backwards, you know, like you got the BD, he had the RF thing kind of going on. I like that. I like that. It's not bad, man. That's pretty cool. That is sharp. That is sharp. Yeah, that's cool. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And so I know Hunter, you are, we won't tell everyone, but I believe, keep me honest, you are taking a trip somewhere for, is it your first or your second barrel pick for your group, for Bourbon Hunter group?
So it is my first official single barrel pick that I'm doing for the channel. It's going to be awesome. I have partnered up with this distillery in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
You may have heard of them, you may have not, but I'm not going to tell anybody quite yet because I fly out literally tomorrow. Less than 24 hours from now, I'll be on an airplane in a different state doing big things. I'm so excited. There's going to be a special guest. There's going to be a really good price point and a flat rate shipping. I mean, it's going to be as clean as possible for the first official Bourbon Hunter pick.
Wow.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congratulations for sure, man. That is so exciting, man. I'm happy for you, man. There is nothing like, you know, I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure you guys have all maybe picked like a barrel like for your store, but there's nothing like when you do your first barrel pick, especially when you do it like live, like in person. I mean, the virtual ones are cool too, don't get me wrong. But when you do your first one, especially like, you know, solo by yourself at the distillery, going through that whole experience, man, that's memorable. That is truly memorable. So congrats, man. I'm really happy for you, brother. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So Judge, what was your first barrel pick and how did it go? Because there's always a memorable story, like you said.
Yeah. Stories.
Oh gosh. So the first one was the first barrel pick for myself for the channel, not for like a store. I did a lot of those before, but the first one for the channel was Woodinville, actually. So Woodinville, it was called the Bee's Knees, and that one, it was not a honey finished bourbon, but it was just a regular, you know, cask strength bourbon from Woodinville. But it to me, I still think it sips and it tastes exactly like a honey finished bourbon. But that was my baby. That was the foundation, if you will. It wasn't in Woodinville or in Washington per se. It was virtual, but it was still a great experience, man. And me and some of my patrons, we did it together. That was a good time, man. That really was.
Was that 21? Was that 21 or 22 around that area? Like,
you got it right. Yeah, it was like the end of 21, beginning of 22. You had a good memory. Goodness gracious, Myron.
Because I remember when you like No, I wish. My wife
Myron's like, I think that was on October 5th.
The only people who get it is the people that saw Rain Man.
I appreciate you, man. No, that's awesome, man. No, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun for sure. It was a lot of fun. It was. So, Myron, how about you? Have you had your first barrel pick yet?
You know what? I haven't done. Kevin asked me, he said, look, man, anytime you want to come on a barrel pick, he was like, you're more than welcome to come down. And I said, look, that's something I'd have to plan for because they like to go to Kentucky. And if I'm going to Kentucky, I want to do some hunt videos. I don't have Bourbon Hunter pockets.
Yeah.
Crazy boy.
I'm with you. Man. So let's real quick. Stan has a question for the two of you. He wants to know, how does your Elijah Craig pick that you guys have there from S&W compare to C923?
Not bad, but not close. It's not. C923 is an animal. I mean, it's just C923 is a monster. You can't. I mean, even when I did the pirate bottle versus C923, the pirate bottle won out. C923 wasn't super far behind, but man, C923 is incredible.
It is. It's fire. It is fire. Yeah, I haven't even. And Stan, I'm not there. Unfortunately, I don't have that barrel pick yet from S&W. But gosh, I have to agree with Myron and Hunter. I mean, I can't imagine this is close to C923. That bottle was amazing, and I mean amazing. And it went like, a lot of times Elijah Craig picks like A124. They're always still around, right? But like that one, it went quick. Once the word got out, go on with the win.
Oh yeah.
Going with the win. So, where is everyone located at? Great question. So we got my man Hunter down in South Carolina. Myron, I want to make sure I'm honest though. Are you truly Maryland or are you truly Virginia?
I am truly Maryland. I am
Maryland.
Well, they consider it Southern Maryland. I am in Southern Maryland. I am probably 3.5 hours away from you, probably.
Okay. All right. And then I'm in Delaware, so representing a little tiny Delaware, our little small state. All right. So we guys got some good stuff going on. So I will say, to kind of close out the whole barrel pick conversation, Myron and Hunter, that means let Hunter get back from his trip. Let him do his thing. I got to go. I think I'm going out. Actually, I think I'm going out to JT Meleck next week to do my barrel pick with JT Meleck. But when I get back, the three of us have to come together and do our a collaboration pick. Does that work for you guys?
Oh, I would love it.
I'm down, but I am super pissed off that you're going to JT Meleck without me. I didn't even know that was on your radar, man, dude. All right. So
yeah, we're going out next Thursday or Friday. Thursday, Friday. Friday's the pick.
I'm upset, Judge, because most of my family is from Louisiana.
Oh, really?
And, like, I got them crawfish in my blood, dude. And that big crawfish on the logo
it's badass, ain't it?
It's cool, man.
It is,
I
man.
love it.
It is.
And what they're doing, out of this
good
world.
Stuff.
It's good.
You can't go wrong, boy. JT Meleck they are on the map. They are, in my opinion, they are changing the whiskey game for the positive too, right? They're changing up. They're making the right whiskey. There might be other people that do it, but I think they are definitely, well, obviously they're the best that's known for it. And the quality of the whiskey for like 4.5, 5 years old, it's delicious, man. And it's truly, truly straight up delicious. It really is.
So, Judge, I told you I had something for Myron that we were going to share, and then I said I also had something that you and I were going to share because I know you have one of these.
All right.
Since we're talking about it.
What you got there?
I was already ready to drink it tonight. And since we're talking about it, I figured the JT Meleck had to be brought out again. I took your advice again a few months ago. When you did that live stream with the owner's daughter or something like that.
Yeah, Mia. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You did that live stream, man, and I immediately went and had a buddy pick me up this single barrel cask strength store pick from a shop called Pop Pop. And it is 122.5 proof. And dude, I'll tell you what, I bought a second bottle. I had him go back. I paid him to go back and get another. I need another because this got hit pretty hard pretty quickly. So if you have a JT Meleck within reach, I think that's a good bottle to share. If not, then I'm going to enjoy it.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely, man. That's a good bottle, man. It's all their single barrels. I mean, I have a couple myself. One of my buddies had a different store pick. I think he got from Texas. I tried. I mean, I've had at least 3, if not 4 store picks from them, and they are always, or single barrels. They are all so good. So it's like, I mean, it's hard to pick a bad barrel from JT Meleck. So I'm definitely am really excited. But I bet you the one that you have is spot on. Also, I'm sure it is. For sure, definitely.
Hey, Judge, can we get a second and have everybody put in the comments what bottle that you had them buy? Because Hunter's got the JT Meleck, and then I've got the KO Distilling's cask strength. Oh my God, that's 6-year high ride cask strength. When you did the review on that thing, man, I had to buy it. And you did not steer me wrong. You did not steer me wrong at all, man.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah, man. If anybody in the comments, drop a comment if there's any review that I ever did, and also for these guys too, for Bourbon Hunter and Bourbon Drop, any bottles that we've ever kind of supported you guys in buying, saying like, you know what, Myron said this is amazing, the Judge said this is amazing, Hunter said this is the best. Drop a comment. We'd love to know what anything out there Biog said anything Michter's. Yeah, that's a true statement for sure. Definitely a true statement, Biog. My good friend Winslow said, which one was it, Winslow? Oh, Four-Gate. Yeah, good old Four-Gate. Winslow,
Yeah.
I am a true Four-Gate. There's more up there. I'm too tired to reach more. Man. What else we got up there in the comments? Dennis, the Bourbon Dad. This is the guy that brought us together, folks. So everyone out there, this gentleman here, I want to give him a huge shout out for bringing us three guys together. Man. So my man Dennis, such a cool guy. The Virginia guru of whiskey. He's a good dude. Good stuff. Larceny. Oh, Larceny. Okay. Mark Gale said Larceny A124. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Very nice. The ASW Fiddler. Yeah, that is a good bottle. Whew, I love me some Fiddler, boy. Mm-hmm. Love me some Fiddler. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. All right, gentlemen, let's sip some more whiskey. Let's do something different. So you guys had Elijah Craig. I had this Firefly, which is just amazing. But let's do something different. What's next? What's next for you guys? You guys hit me.
I'm going to JT Meleck.
Oh, you're going to JT Meleck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had Nashville Barrel Company before. We amongst us, and I'm pretty sure you know him too, Bourbon Judge Dave. Yeah, Dave is like chips. Like you gotta put like your winnings together at Vegas when he gives you samples.
That's a true statement. True statement. Very true statement. Indeed. Oh, we got the Black Bourbon family on here. What's going on, Jason Brandy? So Jason Brandy came back to YouTube. So welcome back. I feel like saying that song. Welcome back, Jason Brandy. Good to see you guys again. Very happy you guys are back on the YouTube space. That's good stuff. Too many great channels out there for sure. Way too many great channels. All right. So I saw Hunter has JT Meleck. What are you grabbing there, Myron?
The Nashville Barrel Company Nashville Bourbon Ohio Liquor Pick 118.16 proof.
NBC. So NBC is pretty cool. They do some good stuff. They have some great connections, man. They have a nice little in from what I hear, allegedly, with Willett. And I think with obviously, of course, MGP, which I think everyone has an in with MGP. But their whiskey is good. I'm a big fan of Nashville Barrel Company, big time. I am. And obviously JT Meleck too.
I don't think MGP's ever found a brand that they don't want to support. They're just like, y'all come on in, man.
So true. Let's see. So I'm about to pour. Oh, okay. This is from so they're like an online retailer. They buy barrels. I'm sure you guys heard of them. They buy barrels, rebrand them under their own label, and then they sell them online. So this is coming from Two Soul Spirits. These guys are actually out of Florida. So this pick is from Watershed. All right, so Columbus, Ohio whiskey. And this is a double barrel. So it must be like a double oak. All right, aged 6 years. All right. Let's see what you got here. Two Soul Spirits.
I've heard of Watershed before. I don't know who commented that on one of my videos, but I was reading through it and I saw a little bit about something to do with Watershed up there in Ohio. So I'm interested to see what you think about that.
Ohio's on the map, man. Yeah, Middle West Spirits, High Banks. There's so many. These guys here, Watershed as well. There's some real good distilleries. Ohio, you got that whole Ohio, Kentucky kind of relationship. So that goes way back for sure.
They also put out there's a company out of Baltimore, and I talk about them all the time on the channel. It's called Old Line, and they have an American single malt that they have distilled in Ohio, and I believe they age it back in Baltimore though. But man, it is amazing. It is amazing. It's what turned me on to American single malts. Yeah, really
interesting. Okay, I knew Old Line was from Maryland. I love their single malts. I think the team there, that guy, the owner, I forgot. I know he's like he has the military background. Super cool guy. But I didn't know that they got their stuff from Ohio. That's good to know. I did not know that. That is good to know. Good to know. I didn't know that. All right.
I got a question for everybody. So since we're on the topic of craft distilleries, we got JT Meleck, we got whatever brand, Nashville Barrel Company. What is your favorite craft distillery? Maybe local to you, maybe one that you stopped in when you were traveling. But I'd love to see some comments about what craft distillery is your favorite as the
Ooh.
judge and Myron and I go through our. So, Judge, craft distillery, what's your favorite?
Favorite craft distillery? Damn, Hunter, you're making me think on a Wednesday night. Shit, that is tough, man. Favorite craft distillery overall, who's actually 100% producing their own. That is even more challenging because there's a lot of craft distilleries that still have like a hybrid model of they're making some, they still getting a little bit from our good friends at MGP, but the favorite craft distillery out there, I'm probably going to go with, oh man, this is tough. Man, Hunter, goodness gracious, you had to put it down on me. All right, I'll go with, just because it was a recent barrel pick, and I truly do feel like their whiskey in general is amazing. For me personally, Middle West Spirits in Ohio. I love Middle West Spirits. My dark pumpernickel rye, which I don't know where the hell it is, it's somewhere down here. That barrel pick is not just because it was mine, honestly. Like I said, I think honestly, because you guys know me, I'm always going to keep it real. When we first picked it, I thought it was just pretty good. And then it got home, 6 months later, because it took forever to come in. So it aged an extra 6 months. And when we first got it, it was so dark. I poured it. I'll never forget, because my wife and I were flying out to Ohio to hang out with cousin Anita. And I said to my wife, I'm like, I'm bringing this bottle with me. She's like, you're going to bring whiskey with you? Hell yes. I'm bringing this bottle with me. It is that damn good. It's 10 times better than when we picked it. That was just pure luck. But their other stuff is really, really, really good. So I'm going to go with Middle West. On to you, Myron.
Yeah.
How about you? Or Byron. I'm sorry, Byron. How about you?
No, Myron. It's Myron.
Myron.
No, I'd have to say it's between Frey Ranch and Woodinville, but Hard Truth is doing some good stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Good pick.
Didn't think about that. Yeah.
Good pick. Hard Truth. Yes, sir.
What do you like about Hard Truth?
I think.
Yeah, Myron. Like, what do you like about him? Because I hadn't had anything from him, so I don't know anything about it.
Oh, the bourbon, the rye. I thought the rye was good. I thought it was decent. I could definitely see myself getting another bottle when I'm out. Not something that I'd run to get, but the bourbon was just. It packed a little bit of a punch, and then it didn't have those, like people talk about the that craft distillery note. To me, I pick it up as like a super grape heavy note, and like a youthful grape heavy note, But I don't pick a lot of that up in there unless I start drinking some older stuff first and then go back to it. I might pick it up, but it's just well rounded, just very flavorful. I just like it a lot.
It is good. Yeah, I'll send you a flight of that, Hunter. I'll send you a flight of it. That way you can try. I have their, I think most of their most recent offerings. So I'll send you a flight of that. But you should definitely try it, man. Their stuff's really good. Really, really good quality whiskey.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
and I agree with everything Myron said. I think he's spot on for sure.
So my craft distillery that I like the most, and I may be biased or maybe not, but I went and I hung out with the master distiller for pretty much an entire day. And just learn the process from start to finish, where they get their corn from, where it comes in on the loading dock and goes straight into the still, gets ground up, and it is just from start to finish, grain to glass, which we all know is probably the best way to make whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
High Wire Distillery in Charleston, South Carolina, for Jimmy Red Corn bourbon. Now,
really,
you may have heard of it.
I have never tried it though.
The reason you've heard of it is because it was so freaking bad 5 years ago.
Okay.
That they were charging $90 to $100 a bottle. Which,
I remember that.
Okay, and it was a 2 to 3 year whiskey, and the new master distiller started 5 years ago. So now it is all of his stuff.
Okay.
And all of their offerings are now age stated 5 year old.
5 years. Okay.
And it's all from one dude.
Truly, one person.
It's consistent. It's great. And I told him, I walked my happy ass right in there and I said, dude, this sucks. I would never pay $100 for this. And then he goes, I understand. Come back in a few weeks and I'll show you what we're actually doing. And I came back and I said I hung out for an entire day. He took me start to finish what he's been working on for 5 years, and it has changed their entire operation.
Wow.
Thankfully, right? The price went down. It's now 75 to 80 bucks a bottle versus 95 to 100. The price went down, and the age statement actually went up. You went from a 2-year to a 5-year whiskey. And then all of a sudden, it shows up on SLB's top 10 of the year so far yesterday. And I was like, oh, so somebody is paying attention. And it's not just me. It's not just me.
It's not just you. You're right. You mentioned this at Dennis's get together. You were telling me about this because I heard of that brand, but I never bought it because honestly, it was a brand I never heard of. And you're right, it was $100. I'm like, you can't just drop $100 on something I never even heard of or even seen in a bar that I could get a pour of. So it's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's 100% corn mash. Yeah, it's 100% corn mash, which there's actually a really interesting story. I don't know if actually he's ever told anybody this. So at their rick house in their distillery, they have a little section cornered off to where they've had their oldest whiskeys aging. And there may or may not be a hand-signed barrel back there. And that barrel may be hand-signed by a dude that rhymes with Winkle, right? So there is a story that the owner and Julian himself, the top dog, they were doing some blind samples and they were trying different ones. They did a wheat mash. They did a high rye mash. They did different mashes. And then they did this 100% red corn mash. And they had the samples. And Julian was like, what is this? What is this? I need to know. This is amazing. I've never had anything like it. This is incredible. And sure enough, they said, yeah, that's our 100% Jimmy red corn mash. We blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay, cool. Barrel it up and put it in the back of the barrels and don't touch it for 9 years. And they haven't touched it for a long, long time. And it's, I can't say that I've had it before, but it's really good.
That's awesome. That's a cool story. I love this story. That's good stuff, man. Rose, thank you so much, Rose. Very nice. From Canada. Love that. Cheers to Canada. And cheers to that story, too, man. That was a pretty cool story. I like that.
They're doing big things.
That was a good one. So I want to go through the comments, see what else other people were saying about like their favorite craft distilleries. All right, so we had Hard Truth from Myron. I had Middle West Spirits. And of course, you got High Wire, that local connection, which I love, which is pretty cool. So let's see what else we got out there in terms of like favorite craft distilleries. I think I saw, Winslow. That's a good point. Glen's Creek. Yeah, I completely agree. Glen's Creek. I was close to saying Glen's Creek or Middle West Spirits. The only reason I said Middle West is because I've tried numerous of their bourbons and ryes. I've only tried, I think, one rye from Glen's Creek. Their bourbons are, oh my gosh, their bourbons. That is, I can't even say that they're a sleeper, but they are a sleeper because their distribution is so small. It's really the state of Kentucky and a few other places here and there. But Glen's Creek that's tough, man. Now I'm like, I'm almost kind of regretting my decision, but I'm gonna stick with Middle West. But Glen's Creek is right there. That's a good one. What else we got in the comments from other people? I want to know your favorite craft distillery. So my buddy Troy Cassell on. Troy, what'd you have for your favorite craft distillery? Let's see what you got, Troy. Thought I saw something else. Oh, Dave said Driftless Glen. Yeah, Driftless Glen. Absolutely. Great Wisconsin whiskey. Can't beat it. Absolutely. For sure. That's a great one. That's a really good distillery, honestly. Have you guys had Driftless Glen before?
Have not.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I gotta have you guys over. We're gonna have to have Hunter make the long trip up again. Myron drive up. You can pick up Myron and we'll sit back for an entire weekend. Just drink some good whiskey in a very elegant way.
Only for you, Judge. Only for you would I make that drive again, man. I hate that drive.
That drive is hard, man. Going. There's nothing like going through DC. That drive can be just painful for sure. Painful.
Well, Carl, come up the back way, Hunter. Park in my house, and I'll drive the rest of the way.
There you go. Teamwork. Carl said Corbin Cash. Yeah, Corbin Cash. Their Merced Rye. Whoo! Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
I
I think Myron has one right there. Corbin Cash is no joke. No
Shout out
joke.
to Dave. I'm gonna have to try this one tonight because he gave me the Dark Arts Barely Legal Bourbon and the Corbin Cash Mercer Rye. Yeah, so
that came from Dave.
I'm gonna have to crack that one tonight too.
I like it. Good
I tell
stuff.
you, Dave gives you the poker chips, man. Like all in.
All in. Yeah, Driftless Glen Cask Strength Rye. I agree, Miss Forrester. I think when I think of Driftless Glen, they might be, honestly, right? We're always going to keep it real here. They might be the one distillery, at least for me, where I think their ryes are above their bourbons. I really do. I mean, their bourbons are okay. They're drinkable. They're good, but their ryes are another level compared to the bourbons. They really are. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see what else we got in terms of great craft distilleries. I saw earlier, but I can't find it. I saw Winslow said her favorite craft distillery is still Austin. That might have something to do for the fact that she is from the state of Texas, so she had to represent. She might live in Delaware, but she never forgets home. I respect that, Winslow. I respect you. That's cool. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. Gandy Road. What about you, Gandy Road? What's your favorite craft distillery? I want to see you drop a little comment, Gandy Road. Ash Sifter as well. Drop a comment. What's your favorite craft distillery out there? Hands down. This is one I've never heard of before. You guys may have heard of this, but I have not. 7-3 and Crittenden? What is Crittenden?
Oh, Crittenden. That's a good choice.
Wait, hold on. Crittenden. This is from Dennis Paddock. I thought this sounded familiar. Crittenden. But what is it? Like, what is Crittenden? Where's Crittenden even from? I've never seen it, heard of the distillery. Do you know where they're from?
I can pull out the old Google.
Yeah, do a little research for me if you don't mind, Myron. Hook your brother up because I have no clue where Crittenden Distillery is. Yeah, CJP. I'm not sure. I honestly, I truly have no clue. CJP. I think looks like it might be, according to Ashley, it's in Mississippi. Huh. Okay. Well, only one way to try it. Gotta go ahead and need to clean the glass real quick. So we're moving on to our next samples. What do you guys got in the glass now?
Oof, that barrel proof is kicking my ass.
I've got the Corbin Cash Mercer Rye 123.
Oh, you got the
proof.
Corbin Cash. Oh yeah, that's a home run, right, Myron?
Yeah, that is good.
That is good.
I don't even know what I'm going to have, Dredge. Why don't you throw some options out there, Judge, and I'll tell you kind of what I got laying around.
Go. Don't go as high as possible. Like, how about a rye?
Yeah.
You got a rye in front of you?
I got 250 bottles in front of me. I just need to know which one.
Go for a rye. Let's switch over a little bit for you. We're gonna have you switch over, Hunter. Make the leap of faith.
Okay.
We're both making the leap of faith here. You and I both. So
picked
Myron
this
went
up.
all the way to the West Coast. I'm going to Mississippi with a brand I've never even heard of until Dennis Paddock gave me the sample. See, Dennis, I keep everything. I really do. It's always in a vault, but I have it here. So this is Crittenden's Cut Above. Never heard of it other than you, and never had it. But thank you, Ashley, for the insight from Mississippi. All right.
And I will stay in Kentucky.
Ooh.
With Old Forester single barrel proof rye.
Oh,
good choice.
Oh man. First he starts at Four Roses. Now he's at Old Forester barrel strength rye. This guy here, what's next?
I just knew you were gonna say that the Old Forester was coming in second on the battle you just did. I thought that the Michter's was gonna come in first, and then when you said Old Forester, I was like, wow. I was like, I'm glad I got a bottle.
Yeah, you know what it is though. Like I said in that video, though, honestly, it's like for me, it depends on the day. And that day when I recorded it, I never forget because I was, tired, stressed out with work. I needed something that was just like, like knocked you out a little bit. And the Michter's barrel strength that toasted it was a little too calm and collective that day. I wanted some heat that day. So I wanted a little bit of heat. So Old Forester was it for that day. That was definitely it. Ooh, Crittenden Creek is spicy, Dennis. Goodness gracious. So we got another comment from Gandy Road. Okay, so Gandy, I remember Myron was talking about them actually. Old Line. You were talking about Old Line earlier, Myron.
Yeah. I had another Brian give me samples. There's another Brian. First names there's always a lot of them. But I had another Brian send me samples of like a sherry finished, something else finished, something else finished. On my own, I've had the 100 proof cognac finish, which was very good. And then since I've had 2 bottles, I'm on my second bottle of the just the cask strength, just straight up cask strength American whiskey, and it is phenomenal.
Oh man, that's good to know. That is good to know. Wow, this is interesting. So this doesn't happen often. This might be the first time. Where the hell did it go? Honestly, Crittenden's cut above does not smell good at all. This doesn't smell good at all. This actually scared the hell out of me, honestly, right? But it tastes very good. This tastes amazing. So you want to talk about like a bait and switch kind of a situation? This is like a bait and switch. It smells, honestly, I don't want to say horrible, but not good. But it tastes really, really good. So thanks, Dennis. I appreciate it. I'm not going to focus on the nose. We can go directly to the palate going forward. Oh, that's good. I like that. The nose is like almost like the nose is like a bad, like an old sneaker, like all like wet and just nasty. It smells like an old sneaker. But the palate is good though. Palate is good. All right. We have on our good friend. Look at that. Our good buddy Kurt from SLB Drinks, the man, the myth, the legend, coolest guy in whiskey too. Shout out to Kurt. What's going on, my friend? Kurt and his son Trenton are 2 of the most down-to-earth, good human beings. I mean, the whole whiskey world in general, honestly, which is truly the number one reason why I love whiskey, other than the whiskey itself, is the people, right? How it brings people together. Kurt, Trenton at SLB, the 2 of you guys. I mean, there's so many just great people. Jason and Brandy, so many great people, honestly. I think that's what the whole whiskey tube is all about. Just bringing great people together, meeting great people, bars, restaurants, the patron community, Discord. I mean, you name it, right? Just bringing people together. So cheers again.
I met one of Kurt's, there's a guy in his Discord named Doug who knows Dennis. So Doug was at Dennis's meetup with his wife. And he's in the Discord, and he helped Trent get some bottles. And we were standing in line waiting on a bourbon drop, and we started talking. And he wound up being in one of the videos. But Doug is a good dude, man. And he was talking about how I've watched their channel. I'm subscribed to their channel. I watched their channel. They are blowing up with subscribers. But you're right, they seem like some down to earth individuals cutting each other's hair.
Super cool, super good people, man. There's nothing wrong with. I mean, honestly, they really are. That's what I love about it. They truly are. Mrs. Judge said an old sneaker. Yeah, no, it does. Honestly, we can get some of my old ones that probably need to be thrown in the trash, and you can compare it to Crittenden's Creek from a nose standpoint, and they will definitely match up, Mrs. Judge. I guarantee you, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah. So the one thing I wanted to say about SLB is that I've somehow been getting recommended their videos like crazy. I subscribed a long time ago. In the past 6-7 months, I have been seeing nothing but their thumbnails in my feed. And I've been watching every single one of them. And the best part I like about their channel in general is the family dynamic. You got the father-son duo, and then off in the corner, don't forget the lady behind the camera. That is my favorite part, because somebody that may be closer to Trenton's age than anybody else in the general whiskey tube area or whatever. I can kind of feel that pressure from the mom behind the camera, and I love it. I love it so much. Without having to get my mom behind the camera, I feel it, man. I feel it. So I love it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That is so cool. I like that. That is so cool. You're right. That whole family dynamic is truly special. It really is. I always tell Mrs. Judge, I'm like, do you ever want to come in front of the camera? Come on. We can have like that whole family atmosphere. We can, kind of like that, have that vibe. She's like, no, you're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. And Scott, I completely agree with you. Yeah, Scott, it's so cool it's pretty cool how you got your start watching whiskey too, watching Trenton and Kurt also from SLB. That's really neat. That is very cool. Very cool. Yeah, they are definitely changing the game, which is good stuff for sure. Definitely good stuff. All right, gentlemen, I think I got like 2 more good pours in me. So I know what I'm going to next. And I know I'm ending with something that Hunter gave me, but that is 151 proof. That's going to take me out. So I'm going to stay away from that. Moving 4-gate to the side. All right, Hunter, what's next for you? What are you going to, my friend?
All right, so you forced me onto a rye, and
Yes,
thankfully I like this rye. The other Old Forester single barrel I got that was a barrel proof rye, I hated. I ended up giving it away.
Okay.
But you forced me onto a rye. Maybe we can switch back to a bourbon that may or may not be a little closer to what we're planning on drinking at the end. So if you got any recommendations on brands, I can kind of steer you in the right direction because I don't know where I'm going right now.
You don't know where you want to go. All right. Let me think. Let's think.
Because we're at 129 proof, so let's go 130 proof, and let's go with the bourbon.
What you got there?
Man, I actually, I don't know if I want to drink that on top of what I'm about to drink, because I know where we're ending, so I don't know if I want to.
All right, I'm going to give you a couple ideas, and you tell me if this is good. Do you have any higher proof cask strength New Riff bottles?
Ooh.
Or I'll even take I'm looking at my cabinet across. Or how about like a good Stag Junior?
I have not had my Stag in quite some time, so let's pull that out.
All right, I like it. I'm gonna go with this is from my buddy Brandon, also one of my good patrons and friends, my buddy Brandon Weiss. I'm going with this is a Bardstown Bourbon Company single barrel pick, aged. This is interesting. 6.99 years. I've never seen that before. 2 days short of 7 years old. Brandon, that is hilarious, by the way. 126 proof. So this has some fire. All right, 126. Myron, what are you going with, my friend? What's good for you, sir?
Old Soul by way of Dave V. The Don. Cask strength bourbon Benny store pick. 117.59 proof.
Okay. All right. Old Soul. I need to pop my Old Soul bottle. I had one from a long time ago. Finished that, and I haven't popped my most recent one. It's been a while, so I guess I need to do that at some point. Old Soul.
For anybody wondering, this is 22A at 132.2 proof Stag.
22A.
That's one they ever made.
You said the best one they ever made?
In my opinion, 22A is just something special.
It's the only one I ever got. So,
all right, very nice, very nice. All right, nothing wrong with that.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I do like Bardstown Bourbon Company. They're single barrels. I do think they're another company. They're doing a whole bunch of like for other brands like contract distilling and so forth, but their own distillate itself actually really, really good. Really good. So I do have to give them credit for sure. Got to give them credit.
So, Judge,
yes, sir.
What is your best, most recent pickup you've gotten? Like, what's the best bottle you've gotten in the past 1 or 2 months?
Oh, man. Good question. Hunter, I'm not prepared for all these deep questions. I'm not prepared for all this. Goodness gracious. You got to prep, brother, man. You got to give me some notice. Goodness gracious. You give me some deep thoughts. The best bottle I've got in the last couple months. Oh man. Oh, that's easy. Okay, that is easy.
All right.
By far, hands down. Not like I did like some secret like honey or anything. I just went to the distillery itself, and I think someone in chat talked about this earlier. But I personally believe that Glen's Creek Distilling or distilling, whatever, in Kentucky, OCD #5, I think is some of the best whiskey on the market that most people are missing out. OCD #5 is like on this level. And then my buddy Kurt from SLB was like, get yourself, no matter what, find a bottle of OCD #5 premium. And that is like ridiculous. So I'll even take away that top shelf one. I'll go with just the standard OCD #5. That whiskey is delicious. It's so damn good. And it's the cool thing about it, guys, to me, I don't know what, but it's something is different about it. It's definitely a little different. It's very dark, chocolatey, rich raisin notes. It's so good. Oh my gosh. OCD #5, Glen's Creek. Stop it. Stop it.
Now you make me want to go to Kentucky, but now I have to ask Myron. I've been keeping up with Myron's videos, and Myron, I swear, if you say Penelope, I will fly up there and smack you. What is your best, most recent bottle you've grabbed?
Look, I saw your video. I see that you guys come to an understanding. He said, I don't like you, but I respect you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Look, that was funny. But honestly, I'm going to have to go with a judge moment on this one. So I've got an asterisk. I've got the Rye 3 16-year light whiskey. And then the asterisk is going to be the Hemingway Rye. It is finished in rum seasoned Oloroso sherry cask. And when I tell you it just offers all of these notes of just grapes and dates and plums, it is one, and it's only, I think, 102 proof. It is just the way it comes across the palate to me. I love it. I enjoy it. I've been going back to that bottle a lot lately.
Nice. Wow. I've heard that light whiskey, that 16-year. I heard it's amazing. Numerous people told me about that. My buddy Chris Bruno was telling me about that also. So it truly is that good.
It is. And see, the problem is I've got a single barrel. Well, I've got two single barrels. So I've got one that's 68.6 and one that's 69.6 ABV. So the one that's 68.6 is just a little richer than the one that's 69.6. So, that's why it's like, in the comments, I was telling the guys, look, I think this bottle is amazing, but get a pour before you spend this much on a bottle and then be mad at me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, wow, that sounds good. Damn. That's great. Yeah, B-Poke. I mean, it sounds like the amazing rye. You're right. I agree. I had no clue that Hemingway was that good. I mean, I need to try that. So that's something I need to add to my list. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that, Myron. All right, Hunter, you dropped the question on us. Right back at you, my friend, to close this out. What was the bottle or two in the last, let's call it, 2 to 3 months that you had that was like, wow, I can't bove this is so good.
All right, so I'm going to go off camera for just a brief moment because I have to grab it.
My man is walking. So he's on a mission, folks. He's on a mission.
Yeah, we're traversing the ocean here for Wild Turkey 12.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get better than this right here.
Wild Turkey 12, yeah.
This was obviously hand delivered from a buddy who flew to Japan and got it for $75. But this is probably the coolest bottle I've gotten in a long time. First of all, the box is beautiful. You got the color of the feathers. You got the texture of the feathers of a turkey. If anybody's ever turkey hunted before, like I have, you'll notice this immediately, right? This beautiful pattern of obviously it's not released in the United States. So I will say, Wild Turkey 12, take that Wild Turkey funk and you just crank the knob till it breaks off. That's what you get in this, 100%. I mean, you're still sitting at 101 proof, so you're not getting any better. But you just crank it all the way, and it is
it all the way through.
It's something.
It's good. It's good.
That is too funny. That is too funny. I like that. That's good stuff, man. That's nice, man. It is pretty cool when you get like a bottle like that is like very quintessential Wild Turkey. Like, like Hunter said, it's like a revved up, turkey funk, and it's just classic. great bottle to have, and you just enjoy it. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong. And I obviously got to try that light whiskey because everyone's talking about that light whiskey, Myron. Everyone's talking about it. So obviously I need to get on the bandwagon as well and try that for sure. I have to. Oh man. So we're getting to the end of the road, and I'm scared because my final pour of the night, folks, my final pour of the night comes from none other than on the screen, Mr. Hunter, the Bourbon Hunter, Willett Family Estate single barrel, 151.6%. 151.6. So, Mrs. Judge, please go ahead and call the ambulance. I'm in the basement. You might need 3 guys because I'm a big guy to bring you upstairs. But it's 151.6. Yes, this is hazmat at its finest, and it was nice knowing everyone. You all seem like great people.
A 9-year Willett Family Estate, bottled single barrel bourbon. Only 96 were made, and I have bottle 69. So we're going to enjoy this.
I love
That's
it.
a good number.
I love it.
That's a very good number.
It is. It is. Oh man. All right, Myron. What's your final pour of the night, Myron?
Dark Arts, barely legal bourbon, 6.5 years old, 115 proof. I kind of went low on the proof. I didn't jump up like as high as you guys.
That's all right. That's all right. You're going to survive. You're a smart man. See, you're going to be around to see tomorrow. That's the reason why. This is so scary. This is just scary. Look at that. It's almost like pitch black. Damn.
I'm hopping on an airplane tomorrow, Judge. So I'm just going to ride that wave until the next state, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully you make it to the airplane. You might be still sleeping by the time you have to get up. Oh, man. Hey, gentlemen, I just want to say, honestly, and I mean this right wholeheartedly, thank you. As I put up there a couple times, please make sure you guys are subscribing to the Bourbon Hunter as well as the Bourbon Drop, 2 fantastic channels bringing just great quality reviews, great quality content, most important. What I love about both Myron as well as Hunter is the fact that they are very authentic. So please make sure you subscribe to the channels. Check them out on Patreon as well. Their content is just top notch. These are good guys producing great quality content. And like I said earlier, I'm going to hold them to it. We're going to do a barrel pick in the next couple months. So cheers to the 3 of us. Cheers everyone out there. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Had a blast. All the great commentary. Honestly, thank you for all of our subscribers for all 3 respective channels. Of our patrons, just our whiskey friends. So thank you all. Really do appreciate it. Let's dive into these final pours of the night. I'm a little scared.
Y'all better stick around for this 151 Judge drop. I mean, you better stick around. Don't go anywhere because
don't go anywhere. It's not over yet.
This is guaranteed right here, right now, the highest proof bourbon that the judge said he has ever had. So, y'all better clip this. Because he's about to be on the floor in about 10 minutes.
Maybe 10 seconds. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Tell me about that nose, Judge. Tell me about that nose.
Wow. That's deep. That's very deep. Shit. Wow. On the nose, though. I'm going reverse. Woo, man, my eyes are watering. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I'm tearing up, folks. I'm tearing up. On the nose, though, it's almost like a raspberry pepper, like almost like a licorice meets like a maple syrup kind of a note. That nose is actually amazing. And while it's 151.6 proof, it's not as, I mean, it's hot, but it's not as hot as I thought it was going to be. I was still thinking this was going to be like just pure fire. It's probably closer to my Coy Hill, 138. That's what it felt like going down, like 135, 138. So I'm still ticking. I'm good. Not bad.
It's so dark. It's so rich. It's extremely viscous. The entire experience from start to finish with this particular bottle is what made me fall in love with Willett. If any of y'all followed the channel, this is the first Willett Purple Top I acquired that was the bourbon. And I had no clue
Ah,
what I was jumping into. And when I had
okay.
this, I immediately went and got the 10-year. And I was like, dude, this is
You
some
were
good stuff. I get why people
game on.
crawl over trenches for these. They're great.
Yeah. But you got a home run. This is an excellent pour, honestly. I mean, this is really, really thick, very viscous, very just rich, peppery, but then a little hint of like that sweet, like that almost like a toasted raspberry kind of a note, right? Very, very
Mm-hmm.
nice on the back end. But this is like quintessential top of the line, older Willet bourbon. So it makes sense. It does. All right, Myron, how about you, my friend? Tell us about your final pour of the night.
That honestly, the Dark Arts is very good. It's 115 proof. Honestly, after a few of the pours that we've had tonight, I can't remember the notes as well, so I'm just going to have to give you a quick synopsis.
That's all right. That's all good.
Good rounded oak, vanilla, a little bit of fruit, cinnamon on
Okay.
the back end.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I mean, Beog, does it transfer from the nose to the palate? It does, but I'm still feeling like my like the hairs in my chest like are standing up because of that damn pour. So that's I don't know if that's a good thing or not, to be honest with you. I'm not sure, to be honest. Oh man. All right. Final question for you guys. What was your surprise pour of the night? If you had one, what was the surprise pour of the night? Anything kind of stand it out or stood out that was like, that's different.
Corbin Cash.
Ah, okay.
Corbin Cash. It had like the Corbin Cash almost had like the peppermint candy canes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never had that note in a bourbon before. I've had a minty note, but this one had almost like a fruity red minty at the same time note, and it's just I had to look at the bottle again, like, wow, this is good.
Yeah. All right. Corbin Cash for Myron. Good stuff. Bourbon Drop. All right. Hunter, how about you? What stood out for you tonight? What was your pour that was just good?
It was this almost 11-year private barrel from Elijah Craig at S&W Spirits. Most Elijah Craigs, as everybody knows, you get like a peppery kind of note. But as Myron and I both discussed, this is fruity. This is nowhere close to that spicy Elijah Craig profile you're expected. This is extremely different. And obviously it was a fresh crack for me tonight. So yes, it was extremely surprising.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So for me, I'll wrap it up. My two pours of the night, I'm going to go with there's two. So I'm going to give you one, and I'm going to give you my final asterisk. Let's keep it consistent. So my pour of the night that was it surprised me only because I've never heard of this brand before, but I'm going to give credit to my buddy Hunter here. This Firefly National Bourbon Day 2023, 5.5 years, was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to crush this tomorrow night with a good cigar. That was phenomenal. That was absolutely amazing. Truly amazing. But my pour of the night that was just different. And I mean different because I did not like the nose at all. The nose was just different. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. But this came from our good buddy Dennis Paddock from Virginia. This Credence cut above. The nose might be horrible, but the palate was on point. Credence cut above. Excellent pour. Definitely a sleeper. Absolutely a sleeper. Good stuff.
Awesome.
Good stuff. And I'm still recovering from the Willet, so I can't even put Willet into this whole realm because I'm still recovering. It like my body is still like in like an ICU kind of a state right now. So I'm still recovering from the Willet 10-year 1,500 proof whiskey. So 151, but just joking.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
Good stuff. All right, friends. Hey, as we say in this courtroom, peace, gentlemen. Cheers. Salute. Great times with great friends. Folks, check us out in a few months. We're going to do a barrel pick together, the 3 channels, either in person or virtual, but we're going to get one together for the 3 channels for our respective communities. And until then, cheers, everybody. Take care, guys and ladies. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. See you guys.
Bye, guys.